Welcome back to Street Race Solutions. I'm Sam, I'm a mechanic here. Come inside to our engine room and I'll show you what we've been working on. So this is Mitchell's RB26, RB2630, 26 head, 30 bottom end. Very popular combo in the RB world. So we've taken that, you'll see it once we get into the workshop, we've stripped everything out of that, so that car's about to go off to panel and paint. So that's the engine for that. Last 2 weeks or so, we've just been piecing together this RB30 for a customer, so we've finally got all the really nice, shiny, fancy bits on. So we've got a PRP coil conversion, Ross cam trigger kit with the billet top timing cover, so that really just finishes it off. Most RB30s you'll see won't have this, and you'll just see the cam gear and the timing belt, but this is a really nice way to just finish it off and really complete the package. Right, so Corey's car came to us with the RB25 in the car. So basically first thing we've done is rip that back out, and we're going to strip anything unnecessary out of here first, or I will. Otherwise the fabrication boys will yell at me. Then the car's going to go over to them, over to Daniel in the background there, and he's going to work his magic, and we're going to put in new smooth tubs. Any holes on the strut towers that we're not going to be using are going to be welded up, and then the whole thing should go into primer, and then eventually it'll go to panel and paint for that. This is the RB25 that came in the car. It was not a bad setup, rods, pistons, standard crank, but basically we're going to strip it back down to a bare block and head, inspect it, make sure that it's of the quality that we want it to be before we go throwing more power at it, and then it'll go to the engine builder, get refreshed top to bottom, it'll come back, we'll reassemble the head and the block together, all the accessories back on, new turbo, possibly a new manifold. We'll decide that a bit further down the track once we get it apart and see what everything looks like. In the boot in the back here, the floor's a bit rusty and it's been touched up, we'll say, over the years. So we're going to do cut the floor out, do like a flat floor and then a fuel system in here, possibly with just some external pumps. Just a nice, simple, easy setup that's going to last forever. Basically, he's never going to have to touch it again once it's done. So that's pretty much the basic idea for the R32. Mitchell's S14 is ready to go off to panel and paint. Basically, we've got everything pulled out, engine-wise. We've got the bonnet and the front guards back on, ready to go. Side skirts and the front bar will just go on separately. Wilson's paint and panel, he's going to get it all Mickey Mouse for Mitchell, and we're going to get it back and then put it all back together.
This is Justin's R33.
Dyno at the end of last week came up 567 at 22 psi on E85. Went 480 first ramp on 98, so that's like really good numbers. Super healthy, sounds great. Justin's over the moon, so basically we're just buttoning up final little things before he goes and thrashes it this weekend at the Stanthorpe Sprints. So if you're in Stanthorpe and you want to freeze your ass off, come down to the Sprints and you'll see a few of our cars chucking some laps. So yeah, really happy with this result, and Justin couldn't be happier, which is the aim of the game. You want to see the customer smile. Coming over to the 180 Type X, Michael's been working on a nice airbox. It'll be a top removable cover, that'll all come out. The catch can back here, so that's been finished up since last week. It's all done, ready to go. Got the drain on it and everything. So basically if you come around the side here, George, you can see that he's been working on matching that tub line with that side piece, so it's going to look perfect. That's what's been going on here this week. Stay tuned. We'll give you an update again next week. Hopefully not me. Maybe we'll get Daniel Whatnot Weiss back on the mic and he can show you around next week. So like and subscribe. Good way.